What's happening, folks? It's your boy, and we're going to jump in today with Bon Jovi and Jennifer Nettles. I've been informed that she was part of a duo called Sugarland. Correct me if I'm wrong. And this song's called "Who Says You Can't Go Home." Bon Jovi. There is a playlist here for this artist. I know there's John Bon Jovi, who's Bon Jovi and the group, but Bon Jovi is the actual artist himself. So, if you're new, be part of the community. Be part of it. You can subscribe. We got Patreon. We got Instagram. There is Facebook, but I seldom use that. Instagram is a bit of an easy one for me. And obviously, naturally, we have YouTube as well. Anywho, it's going to be a first time listen, first time reaction, first time watching, all that good stuff. So let's just jump in without further ado.
For something I couldn't replace. I was running away from the only thing I've ever known. Like a blind dog without a bone, I was a gypsy lost in the twilight zone. I hijacked a rainbow and crashed into a pot of gold. I've been there, done that, I ain't looking back on the seeds I've sown, saving times, spending too much time on the telephone. Who says you can't go home? Who says you can't go home? There's only one place they call me one of their own. Just a hometown boy, born a rolling stone. Who says you can't go home? Who says you can't go back? Been all around the world and as a matter of fact, there's only one place left I wanna go. Who says you can't go home? It's alright, it's alright, it's alright, it's alright, it's alright. I went as far as I could, tried to find a new face. There isn't one of these lines that I would erase. Lived a million miles of memories on that road. Every step I take, I know that I'm not alone. You take the home from the boy, but not the boy from his home. These are my streets, the only life I've ever known. Who says you can't go home? Who says you can't go home? There's only one place they call me one of their own. Just a hometown boy, born a rolling stone. Who says you can't go home? Who says you can't go back? Been all around the world and as a matter of fact, there's only one place left I wanna go. Who says you can't go home? It doesn't matter where you are, it doesn't matter where you go. If it's a million miles away or just a mile up the road, take it in, take it with you when you go. Who says you can't go home? Who says you can't go back? Been all around the world and as a matter of fact, there's only one place left I wanna go. Who says you can't go home? It's alright, it's alright, it's alright, it's alright, it's alright. Who says you can't go home? It's alright, it's alright, it's alright, it's alright, it's alright. Who says you can't go home? It's alright, it's alright, it's alright, it's alright, it's alright. Who says you can't go home?
Yeah, that's going to bother me now. Is it John Bon Jovi or Bon Jovi? Which one's which? Confusing me now because I've just seen the group in there. So that must be Bon Jovi. When he's on his own, that's John Bon Jovi. I'm sure there are other things to worry about in life, folks, than that. But anyway, correct me in the comments if I did get that muddled up. Right, awesome. An upbeat, happy-go-lucky vibe of a song, and it appears everyone's wearing these Bon Jovi t-shirts doing a house. So I'm assuming, yes, I said it, I'm assuming that him, the clique are part of a community interest group in order to build sustainable homes for those in need. Correct me if I'm wrong. Either that, or the group has got into property development and we're just watching them make a house, flip it, and they're adding more funds to their estate. I don't know. One of the two. Unless they built a house for Jennifer to reside in, because she looked pretty happy. She seemed pretty happy in the whole video. So awesome, nice. It was, the video. There was a lot going on. There was a lot going on, and for me, just seeing, and I think what really sort of made that connection between what was being heard and what was being seen was when we had the lip syncing to the lyrics done by people in the video, everyday people, not just the artists. I'm talking about the football players. I'm talking about the police, the fire brigade, what do you call it? Fire patrol. What do you guys call them in the States? Because when I'm saying football players, I'm not talking about soccer players. I'm talking about the football players, as in, yeah. So everyone, basically, yeah. I'm getting muddled up between British and American, but I'll just speak how I speak. That's why it's called How Free Speaks. Yeah, pretty rad. I am intrigued to see what the comments got to say about this. And when was this released? 14 years ago. For some weird reason, I thought this was like a couple of years old. The video is just 14 years ago. Crazy. 14 years ago. Right, what the comments got to say? Right. Well. Yeah, God bless John for not forgetting where he's come from and all for his philanthropic work that comes from his heart. He's definitely grateful. He is definitely grateful and takes pride in giving back to his hometown and other places with pleasure. What a man. May God continue to bless him so he can bless others. I've heard this song a million times on the radio, and I've always assumed it was sung by some random country singers. I had no idea it was Bon Jovi, a man of many talents. Yeah, I mean, look, it is an upbeat song, and I like the fact he says you could take a boy out of his home, but you can't take the home out of his boy. It reminded me of something. I've heard that analogy before, and it's almost as similar as saying you can take the gorilla out of the jungle, but you're not going to take out the jungle out of the gorilla. You know what I'm saying? Or you could take the lion out of the safari, but you're not going to be able to take the safari. You know what I mean? You can't. It's the same thing. But when he said you could take the boy out of his home, but you can't take the home out of the boy. Yeah, come on. I mean, I would have flipped it out. Obviously, he doesn't want to say specifically his roots, like his hometown. Like he could have said, I don't know where he's from. So he could have said Minnesota. You could take a boy out of Minnesota, but you can't take Minnesota out of the boy, But he just generalized it and called it home. Anyway, that was my reaction, folks. I'm going to put this out. Well, not out. I'm going to put this into a playlist here on the channel. If you haven't already, go check out Hat Free Speaks other reactions here. So I'm saying like I'm a third person, but literally just type in Hat Free Speaks. The artist you want to, intrigued, you've not seen me react to, and then something should populate. If it doesn't, just let me know in the comments, and at some point in time, I will adhere to them. If not, leave multiple comments, and at some point, get my attention. In terms of supporting, there's multiple platforms here. We've got Instagram, which is free. Patreon, if you can actually join for free there, but I don't think you can have access to any of the posts. So they start from as little as £1 upwards. We have, obviously, YouTube. Subscribing ain't going to cost you a dime. And the community continues, and the music shall too. Anyway, folks, that was my reaction. Make sure you are staying safe, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.